Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tarot of Nella. Today I have a super exciting unboxing deck review. So this one is extra exciting because this is actually my own deck. This is my own deck creation that I have made, and blood, sweat and tears have gone into this deck, and I'm so excited it's finally arrived so I can share it to you all. So this is the box. So it's called the Supplanter Oracle by Tarot of Nella. So this is the box that the cards come inside. But this is what the cards backs look like. So we have cute little ghosts because obviously I'm a ghost enthusiast. And then this beautiful girl in the middle. And so the backs are super pretty. I love the colorings, and then I went for like a silver holographic gilding, as I haven't used this type of gilding before, and I just love the pop of color. So this is a 100 card deck, so 100 cards here, and it's my usual card stock with a gloss finish. So the reason this deck is called the Supplanter Oracle is because this deck is based on dolls that came from my mum's Blythe collection, and I used photography to do this deck and then editing. So the reason I called it the Supplanter is because my mum's name is Jacqueline, and the meaning of her name is actually supplanter, and if you Google supplanter, it is something that takes over or takes the place of something else. So yeah, it's dedicated to my mum in the sense that, you know, these are all her dolls that I have used, so I thought like it was nice to kind of name it after her, and these dolls will obviously always remain in these cards. But also a great meaning for the supplanter is that if it takes the place of something else, it's going to take the place of an oracle deck. So the idea behind this deck is this is going to be my main go-to oracle deck for all readings, because it's took the place of, you know, oracle decks in my life, you know. So the fact it's going to be well used, it took the place of, you know, some of my other decks, so it really is going to be used a lot. So I love the fact that it is the Supplanter Oracle. Okay, so the first one we have is Call for Help. So we have the telephone here. Housing matters. So most of the dolls will have some type of prop that can connect to the keyword, so you can use this deck with imagery, because a lot of the either dresses or props will relate. So we have a camera here, this is social media. Unexpected result. Predicted fortune, and she has antique tarot cards in her hand. Hoarding habits. Through their eyes. So I wanted to make a deck that was versatile for any type of reading, you know, whether it's love, spiritual, job related. I really wanted to make a deck that I could use to make accurate predictions with. So learn from relationships, and she's carrying the heart. Listen and read the situation. And the idea with this deck is to kind of like pull 3 cards to tune into an actual prediction. So all the cards will kind of hopefully connect. Loyal connections. Travel plans or movement. Little bicycle here. Keep your eyes open. Her eyes are shut. I had so much fun creating this deck. It was so fun, and I'm so proud of it, and it is like my best deck I feel that I've created so far as a deck creator. So standing out from the rest, put in the work. So the keywords are very easy to read. Energy deficiency. And I will do a little mini reading at the end. I'll pull some cards as a collective message. Through the storm, you are the lightning. Crossed paths. So I feel like my mum has passed down the doll obsession. Like, I do really like dolls. There is something a bit creepy, spooky and eerie about dolls, especially ones that have very intense big eyes. Rid bad faults. But I feel like this deck is quite gentle, but I have made this deck to, you know, touch deep as well when it comes to inner feelings. So there will be some positive and maybe some more not so positive words, but mainly I think it is quite a positive deck. Afraid of the unknown. Life after death. Be the poet. Creative sparks. Put it in writing. Where others fear to explore. I just think this is so pretty. And I love my use of kind of ghosts behind the background, so it still has that little bit of spookiness, but as I say, I wanted to make a quite girly, pretty deck. Light in the darkness. And it's a deck that doesn't need a guidebook because it's very beginner friendly. Unfinished business. Sink or swim. Wake up. So you can see how intense her eyes are. Good distraction. Good luck coming soon. A test for a reason. So obviously I will be using this personally for myself, but I will be using it for client readings. So if you do book a reading, you see this deck a lot in your private sessions with me. I'm basically using it a lot to see, you know, how well it reads, how accurate it can read as well. Waiting on a situation, because that's what I feel like when you're making a deck. It has to be accurate. There's no point making a deck if the words are not going to connect with someone or be relatable to situations. So that's something I worked really hard on as well. Building up momentum. Find shelter. And she has the umbrella here. Now also what I want to mention is this is hopefully going to be a sellable deck. I'm hoping to sell this. When this video is released, hopefully I'll have a link in the description bar where you can purchase it. But I'm working on that, so hopefully it can be released to be able to purchase. So finance and career changes. You must choose. Out of your hands. So whether you like dolls or soft pastel-y colours, I feel like you really like this deck. tiresome situation. Energy upgrade. A connection beyond yourself. Peaceful outcome. It will all work out in the end. Expand your progress. Keep the dream alive. And the reason why I wanted to create such a big deck, and this is why it took a while to make, is because the more cards you have, I do feel like you're more open to a bigger interpretation, and you know, a bigger deck is just something I've always wanted to make. Pressure commencing. Overcome traumatic events. Make it count. Learn to be independent. A little cat here. Comfortable place. This one was one of my favorites that I created. I really loved the expression on her face with the doll. Stuck, need a way out. Move on from the past. And you have like a little elephant here that symbolizes memories. Ask more questions. Positive outcome. Only so many hours in a day. Pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this. I really wish there was more hours in a day. Big changes coming. Speak up. Creative hands. And she's holding like a magic potion. Key holder. Solving the right problem. Energy shift. Success and celebration. Hiding something big. Surprise rescue. Business changes. Hold on or let go. Remembrance and hope. We have like the poppy symbols here. Believer or non-believer. I love this one. She's holding a ghost. New cycle. So the seashell represents the new cycle. Follow the signs. And we have like this witch on her dress here. Growth and expansion. She's holding some flowers. Take a chance. Up for the challenge. Hidden anxiety. Release old baggage. And she's got the suitcase. Freeze time. Social anxiety. The power of manifestation. Health anxiety. Personal transformation. Lifestyle changes. Healing physically or mentally. Wisdom is crystallized pain. I love this saying. And this one's so different actually with the crane face. Good news coming. Simplicity overcomplicated. Incoming messages. Shocking revelations. And again, she looks so shocked and surprised. Urgent call-in. Money increase. Controlled situation. Strategy plans. Just got the dice. Explore your options. This is another favourite. Look how intense her eyes are. She's so spooky. I love the spooky doll as well. Move slow and steady, with the snail to represent that. Embrace solitude. Organisation and balance. Family matters. Facing your fears. Focus on the destination. Health improvement. And she has a little oxygen tank that she's holding with the health symbol. In the near future. Everything connects. So that is the cards. So let's give this a shuffle. And they shuffle really nice. They're nice and slippery. I do like that because then you're more easier to get like jumping cards. And we're just going to get a collective message. What I'll do, I will pull 3 cards. Can we get collective message? Okay, so the first card that we have is Surprise Rescue. Learn from relationships and then overcome traumatic events. So I think this is quite an interesting one. The fact that the Learn from Relationships card is in the center, I do think this could be a possible relationship reading. But relationships can mean, you know, friends, platonic relationships, karmic relationships, family, friends, romantic. But this is about, you know, you learning from your relationships right now, because I think there could have been a very kind of traumatic event that may have taken place in this field of your life right now. So the fact we have surprise rescue here is basically letting you know that something is coming to your aid, something is coming to your rescue to help you learn from your relationships, to overcome these traumatic events, because you didn't think that there was going to be a way out of the situation or a way forward. And this is why we have this sudden, like, I didn't expect this feeling, because you are rescued from these traumatic or relationship events. So this is what I have for you in regards to the collective message. I really like this message, and as I say, I feel like when you pull 3 cards, they really do kind of connect as a whole as a reading. So I really feel like, you know, again with the symbol here, that she's holding this kind of ghost teddy who's smiling. I really feel like it is like, you know, to smile today and to open up your heart to release. So as I said, hopefully this will be available to purchase. If it is, the link will be in the description bar. But I really love this deck. I'm so proud of myself, and it's definitely going to be well used, well loved, and I cannot wait to work with this daily. So let me know in the comments what you think of the deck. I'd love to know your thoughts, so leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. But till next time, I'm sending you lots of spooky love and light.